வணக்கம் TTAN நேயர்களே, நீங்க பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது TET வெரி ஸ்பெஷலான இன்டர்வியூ. இன்னைக்கு என்ன சுத்தி வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப அழகான, ரொம்ப டேலண்டடான, ரொம்ப முக்கியமான நிறைய பேர் என் கூட உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. இன்னியோட எபிசோட் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா we're going to focus on Isai Empire ஓட ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலான ஷோ நடக்க இருக்கு April 29th. Toronto Tamil Artist Night 2016 நடக்க போகுது. ஸோ அதை பத்தின நிறைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான விஷயங்கள் இன்னைக்கு வந்து இவங்க கிட்ட தெரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். இங்க இருக்கிற ஆர்டிஸ்ட் பத்தியும் இந்த ஆர்கனைசர்ஸ் பத்தியும் நம்மளோட அழகான அபிஷேகாவோட நிறைய இன்டர்வியூ நடக்க போகுது. அவங்கள பத்தி நிறைய தெரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். ஸோ வாங்க ஷோக்கு போலாம். So first of all, again, welcome back to you guys, Pradhani and Vidushayani. How are you guys?
We're good. We're just excited. Engalora sendu engala show la participate pandra kanakakal vandirukkinam, and we're all in red and black, so
I know,
hopefully it's a visual treat.
Yeah, it is a visual treat. I'm kind of actually upset. Why didn't you guys tell me this? Everybody here looks in like red and black, and I'm just here the odd one out, but that's okay. But another important question: how's the couch? Seems like you are really comfortable.
It's getting too comfortable. I think I'm gonna like go back soon, and they're gonna look good. So
that's kind of unfair, but so they're important, so they get the couch. So let's start with Abhisheka.
Okay.
Everybody knows Abhisheka. Okay, she doesn't need an introduction, but even still, Abhisheka, go for it. What is your name? What do you do?
Oh, my name is Abhisheka Loitson. I'm a university student. I study at the University of Toronto, Scarborough campus, and I'm a second-year student doing business. And I am a model, dancer, and I won Miss Teen Canada in 2013, and then I won an international pageant in 2014 called Miss Teen Tourism Intercontinental, and then I went to Czech Republic in 2014 as well. I went to Czech Republic, and I came in top 10 representing Canada, and now I'm hosting Toronto Tamil Artist Night.
Okay. இது எப்படி தெரியுமா இருக்கு? You know that there's a comedy in that movie. Visiting card அடிக்க சொன்னா menu card அளவு கிடைக்கும். அந்த மாதிரி Abhisheka. So that's amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you on the show today.
And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And on this side, how are you guys today?
Good. We're good.
Okay, good. So you guys are going to start with your names and who you guys are.
Okay, so I'm Yadavi. I'm studying grade 11 at Victoria Park CI, and 2013 I won Superstar Junior Season 3.
Oh, wow, nice.
And I've been singing for about like 8 years, so yeah.
Amazing. Nice to meet you, Yadavi. And yourself?
My name is Sirabi. I have been singing for like 6-7 years now. In 2015, I went to Sri Lanka for Global Superstar, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm excited for this show and ready to see what's going on to happen.
That's amazing. And interesting story about her is me and her have a past, very interesting past. Even though we don't, ரெண்டு பேர் பேர் தெரியாது, ஒண்ணும் தெரியாது. I literally walked out of the washroom and she's like, can you tell me if the selfie looks good? And I'm like, oh yes, of course, it looks great. So nice meeting you again. And then yourself.
Hi, my name is Amitaveshri Nagaraja. Konjam length ana per, so surukama Veshri endu koopiduvena.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm currently a fourth-year student at York University studying law and society and minoring in political science. And I've been studying music for a long time. I've been to India, got some training done by Tirumadi Bhushni Kalyanaraman and in Carnatic. And I've recently done a debut program for my grandfather along with my sister called Maradamala. And that's my music career right there. And I've also participated with the Agni band in the past.
Amazing,
So, yeah.
amazing. Nice meeting you. And yourself?
வணக்கம், என்னுடைய பேர் சுபவின் பவானந்தன். நான் ஆர்ட்ஸ் கிங்கில் 10ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கின்றேன். நான் 2014 சன்சிங்கர் என்ற போட்டி நிகழ்ச்சியில் பங்கு பெற்றி முதலாம் இடம் வந்தேன். மற்றும் டொராண்டோவில் நிறைய ஷோஸில் பங்கு பெற்றிருக்கிறேன். Yeah, that's my singing career.
That's nice, that's nice. So how does it feel to be the odd one out today? Other than me, because I know I'm not in this color code, so.
I don't know, I'm just happy to be here.
Amazing. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so today we're going to obviously talk about the show. The show is huge. They're planning it on a big level. We're going to talk about it. But more importantly, what I want to do today is I want the audience to get to know some of the singers on a very personal level. So they know, like, when they go to the show, oh, you know what? I know these kids. They're like, yenga veetu pilla, like that. So that's the aim of today's show. So let's start with you. So you tell us, unga per enna marandutta thirumma.
Sirabi.
I'm just going to call you Selfie Surabhi, okay?
Oh, you okay?
Okay. So Surabhi, so tell us. I heard that when they did call you about the show, all of you guys, not just you, not just the four of you, everybody out of the 34 singers that are there, they just came and dedicated themselves to the show right away, no questions asked. So tell me what happened when they approached you first and asked you about if you wanted to be part of the show. Okay, so let's start from Selfie Surabhi. So நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. So when I first talked to the two of them, they told me that 34 singers easiயான விஷயமே கிடையாது. They sent out like the emails to them asking them if they wanted to be a part of it. And I heard that almost all of them were so dedicated and they came to every meeting and they were so dedicated to the show. So when they contacted you, what was running through your head and why did you say yes right away?
First of all, like before, like looking back 10 years, there were a lot of shows, a lot of music shows they did, and a lot of Canadian artists were part of it. But if you look at shows today, more than 95% of the shows are entirely based on singers outside of the Toronto area.
Right.
And I think we as artists want to perform. We want to, bring our art out there, and we want to, do our best and give our people what we have, right?
Right.
And we don't really get the chance to do that a lot anymore.
Right.
And when we were sent the email, we just looked at it as an amazing opportunity and, beginning to something that would be better for all of us artists.
Right.
So that's why we all reached out, and that's why we wanted to be a part of it, because it's an amazing initiative that they're taking, and it's going to be it's a beginning to a lot more to come. So
Right.
yeah.
So when they did approach you, obviously you didn't know how the show was going to be. Maybe you didn't even know them, right? So now that you do know the show, you know that it's like some brahmandamana show mari irka podu, right? So how do you feel about that? Like, are you like if this was me, I'd be like, yes, thank God I said yes. So how do you feel, especially when you know that it's a show that's on such a huge level?
It's definitely a great feel because there has been a lot of big shows that are happening lately, and this is going to be another one of those big shows. This is going to be a memorable event for not only the artists but for the people that are going to come and watch as well. So it's definitely a good thing that we're all part of it, and I think we're all really happy, and I'm sure that if there's anyone that's not a part of it, they would be very, they'd be like, oh,
yeah, I know. Like
I wish I was in it.
I wish I could sing now, but that's okay.
Yeah, so
சரி, okay. So கொஞ்சம் இந்த பக்கம் நம்ம திரும்பி பார்ப்போம். So Isai Empire, right? ரெண்டு பேரும் பார்க்கும்போது more than your names, I see Isai Empire, okay? So Isai Empire co-founders is of course Nama Pradayani and Vidushayani. So you guys tell us, like before the show started, I saw how you guys were with everybody, right? Obviously you guys are the organizers, but you guys have like a really fun environment going on, and you have like kids from all over the place. Like they're so diverse in age and everything, right? So how do you guys manage this entire thing? எப்படி இத மேனேஜ் பண்றீங்க? Like இவ்ளோ பேர் ஒண்ணா இருக்குது, ஒரே இடத்துல கொண்டு வந்து ரிஹர்சல் பண்றது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான விஷயம். கரெக்ட்டா? So இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய ஈவென்ட் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணும்போது இந்த மாதிரி எஸ்பெஷலி இந்த யாதவி பொண்ணு இருக்கா தெரியுமா? இந்த பொண்ணை பார்த்தாலே எனக்கு தெரியுது ரொம்ப சேஷ்டை பண்ணுவான்னு. So நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, how do you manage with this?
So it is hard. நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி it is hard to get everyone together, but personally என்ன பாத்தீங்கன்னா what I try to do is when we're on scene, like about a meeting ஆகட்டும், photo shoot ஆகட்டும், I try to be strict.
Right.
I try to say, guys, we have to do this by this time or else this is what's going to happen, and கொஞ்சம் threaten பண்ணுவேன்.
Okay, so based on that we're going to have a poll. So உங்க நாலு பேர்ல, I know you guys are really she's fun to be around, whatever. How many of you are scared of her? Like sometimes really intimidated? Show of hands.
அவ்வளவு கெட்டவர் இல்ல நான்.
Oh God. நானாச்சா சரி ஓகே ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்டா இருப்பீங்க அப்படினா கொஞ்சமாச்சு பயப்படுவாங்கன்னு பயமே கிடையாது அப்போ. Chha, what an insult.
No, but outside of that, when we're like in the show, you could have seen we're all like friends.
Yeah.
So we're always having fun, cracking jokes. We're a family at the end of the day. We are Toronto Tamil artists, and we try to make that fun environment happen.
Okay, super. So with the Shiny ninga solunga, I want to hear some information, like good information about the tickets, about the show. So if you can, that would be great.
So, the ticket information in the Facebook page of the Fine Manlam. So, if you go to Isai Empire Inc. On Facebook, or you can check out our website, which is www.isaiempire.com. So, other than ticket information, and you can figure out how you can purchase your tickets as well. But, the ticket pricings irukku. So, we have our VIP tickets, which is $100, and then our next level is $50, and then below that is $25, and அடுத்த நாள் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு meet and greet இருக்கு. So it's like our little after party
Right.
to celebrate with all the artists and
Yeah.
our celebrity guest. So அதுக்கு regular admission வந்து $50. ஆனா நீங்க event-க்கு ticket வாங்கினீங்களா then you'll obviously be getting discounts for the meet and greet. So அதை நீங்க எங்களோட Facebook page இல்லாட்டி எங்களோட websiteல find பண்ணலாம்.
Okay, super. So உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு கேள்வி கேட்கணும் என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா obviously Pradayani, she's a little bit older, right, compared to all of you guys. You are the same age group, okay? So how do you find, like, do you find it hard to stay focused, like, stay strictly business, especially when you're with all of them and the rest of the 30 people?
So definitely இந்த ஷோ தொடங்கும் முதல்ல எங்களுக்கு எல்லாரையும் தெரியும். So 30 பேரும் ஆல்ரெடி ஏற்கனவே ஒரு ஃபேமிலியாக தான் இருக்கிறோம். So definitely நாங்க ஒண்ட இருக்க jokes வரும், like we'll have fun, but we also know that we have to get work done. So jokesக்கும் நேரம் இருக்கும், ஆனா எங்கள workக்கும் நேரம் போட்டு தான் நாங்க time allot பண்றாங்க. So we obviously know that jokes, like obviously we have to be fun, but time நெருங்கி கொண்டு வருது. So we have to be strict and we have to know that எங்களோட ஆடியன்ஸுக்கு தான் நாங்கள் இந்த ஷோ செய்கிறோம். ஸோ டெஃபினட்டாக அவைக்கு ஒரு நல்ல ஷோ கொடுக்கணுமென்ற ஒரு எண்ணத்தோடு தான் நாங்கள் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம்.
Okay, amazing. So obviously in the book of which we cannot obviously ignore Abhisheka. She's way too gorgeous for that. I can't. My problem is I've never really met you before, right? I always see you on Facebook, and I'm like, if I ever meet her, I'm gonna tell her she's gorgeous. Okay, so this is my opportunity. But anyways, Abhisheka. So I heard that there was a lot of auditioning, and they put a lot of effort into finding the right person to for the show, so that when the audience do come in, you're like the representative.
Exactly.
When they see you, the way you talk is how they expect the show to be. So that's a lot of pressure on you, right? So how did that happen to you? Like, why did you want to audition for this? Like, there's going to be a lot of competition, and how did you audition for it? Just explain the process, and when you did end up being the MC, how did you feel?
Well, I saw their post on Facebook, and I was like, okay, you know what, let's just give it a try.
Right.
So I was like, okay, fine. So I sent them a message on Facebook, and like 5 seconds later, I got a reply back, and I was like, okay. And then they were like, okay, just give us your name, your age, and then they said send a link or something that you did previously. So recently I did the annual concert in December, so I had a link that we did on YouTube, and we answered tweets from audiences. So I sent it to them, and then I didn't really hear much. So I was like, okay, fine, it's been weeks. I probably never got it. So I just left it. Right. And then I just asked one of my friends to see if they were getting anyone, and he's like, oh no, we didn't really select. They didn't talk about it yet. So I was like, okay. And then I went to a party last week, and then my friend was talking about it to me, and then she was like, oh yeah, your name was brought up and stuff. I was like, oh okay, maybe something, right? And then the next day I got a text message from Akka, and she was like, and she asked me these questions, and I was like, okay. And she asked what are my strengths, and participate பண்ண போறேன், and many questions, and I answered them, and then she told me there's like 5 other people there, and I'm like, okay, great. Because anchoring was not one of the things I wanted to do. It was something I got into. Right? So I was like, obviously there's so many more experienced people out there, so I didn't really think of getting in. So then I was just answering questions, and I was like, okay, I just sent it to her, and then she's like, oh, thank you, but and then she was like going on, she's like, oh, good job, okay. I was like, okay, right? And then I get a text at like 12 a.m. And then she's like, oh, congratulations, you got selected. And I was like, really? Really?
Is someone pranking me?
Yeah, I was like, really? I actually pinched myself. I was like, really? I wasn't too sure about that. But then after I woke up the next day, I was like, okay, yeah, baby, it was real. So I was really excited to be a part of this organization, especially because it's an organization that supports Toronto artists. When you're doing something, it's important to have support. Without support, you cannot move forward. I have support from my family and friends, and they all have support. So it's important as a group we get support. So being a part of this organization really means a lot to me, and I feel like it's something good to put on your resume, and something to be really happy about. And like when you get married and have kids, you can be like, I did this show. It's like, really, mom? Something to be proud of. So yeah.
Okay, that's great. So coming back to this side, first of all, I want to ask Subhaveen a question. So from the beginning of the interview, since they said 3, 2, 1 take, or before that, all of these people are very, very talkative, right? Very talkative. Enna madhiri romba pesranga, right? Neenga romba quiet, sadhuva, உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. So when you do like spend, you obviously நீங்க இவங்க கூட நிறைய டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றது உண்டு, right? Because with the show rehearsals and everything. அவங்க கூட டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது are you always like ஐயோ என்னடா இவங்க பேசினே இருக்காங்க நிறுத்தவே மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க எப்பதான் பாடுவாங்க? Do you ever wonder, or how do you like manage to be with these people that are very talkative?
Not really. Like whenever they say something, it's usually like something important.
Right.
But most of the time.
Most of the time. Okay.
But sometimes, you know, there are jokes. It's for me, it's easy to manage because I don't really say much. So yeah.
Okay. So tell me about rehearsal time. Like, do you have like favorite genres of music you like to take on?
Not really. Like, I listen to like all types of music.
Right.
So rehearsal time. Yeah.
Okay, so you seem like a really young man, obviously, right? I'm gonna pick on you for the next 1 minute, okay?
That's fine.
So you seem like a really young guy, and you know, you obviously have school and everything. How do you find the time to juggle, you know, school, rehearsal, and these shows and interviews? How do you find the time?
Like I am in grade 10, so I have like a lot of stuff to do, not just for school, but for you know, outside of school, I have other stuff to do. But when it comes to music, I have my own time and like almost not really like a schedule, but yeah, I can manage time. And this show, I'm really excited. It's like almost like a dream come true because the show is strictly for Toronto Tamil artists.
Yeah.
And when it comes to this, I'm even more excited.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, perfect. So to Varshini. So Varshini, you tell me. So you know, obviously, like I told Surabhi, like when you went into it, you didn't think it's gonna turn into like a huge show. And now that it is a huge show, do you think like there's pressure on you to give your absolute best? 1 second. Yadavi. Darling. What is so funny? Come on, share with us. What is it? Okay, one no. Okay, so Varshini, carry on.
Yes, definitely. There is definitely a pressure because this is happening in a bigger scale and பிரம்மாண்டமான ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சியா இருக்க போகுது எல்லாரும் சொன்ன மாதிரி. And not just that, இவியல் வந்து global superstar stage production direction பண்ணின ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு experienced ஆட்கள் தான் வந்து இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் வந்து பங்கு பெறீனா. ஸோ அதில் கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு பிகர் ப்ரெஷர் இருக்குது எங்களுக்கு. பிகாஸ் நாங்கள் வந்து எங்களோட மக்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த இம்ப்ரெஷன் கொடுக்கணும். எங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த இந்தியன் ஆக்க சிங்கர்ஸில் கொடுக்குற பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் நாங்களும் கொடுக்க இயலும். எங்களுக்கு அந்த டேலண்ட்டும் இருக்குது. அது வந்து எங்களோட மக்கள் வந்து கண்டிப்பாக அந்த ப்ரோக்ராமில் வந்து அதை பார்க்கணும். பிகாஸ் நிறைய டேலண்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது லைக் தெரியாதது. ஸோ இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு மக்கள் வந்து பார்த்தா தான் எங்களுக்கு அந்த ப்ரூவ் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அந்த ப்ரெஷர் கண்டிப்பாக இருக்குது. பட் we want to give our best and I know that we will. And எல்லாரும் வந்து ஹார்ட் ஒர்க்கிங் சிங்கர்ஸ் அண்ட் டெடிகேட்டட். நீங்கள் முதல் சொன்ன மாதிரி லைக் கேட்ட உடனே ஓம் என்று சொல்கிறது பிகாஸ் we want to prove to our people like we can do it. So
okay, super. And before I let you go, I heard that you said you know, York University la 4th year படிக்கிறீங்க. You know, crucial year. You're going to graduate soon. So how are you finding, like same question as him, like how are you handling it?
அம்மா சொல்கிற மாதிரி டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இட்ஸ் வெரி க்ரூஷியல். விடியலும்புறது ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகிறது யூ ஜஸ்ட் ஹாவ் டு ஃபைண்ட் அ வே. லைக் நான் உண்மையாக சொல்கிறேன், நான் டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டில் அவ்வளோத்துக்கு டெய்லி பேச்சு பண்ணுவேன். ஸோ ஏன் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணல, ஏன் வடிவா படிக்கல. இட்ஸ் லைக் யூனோ இட்ஸ் டஃப் யூனோ. பட் இட்ஸ் அபவுட் பேலன்சிங். அண்ட் அது பண்ணிக்கல தான் அது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ருட்டீனாக வரும். ஸோ அது கண்டிப்பாக லைக் அது பல பல ஒரு வந்த ஒரு விஷயம். ஸோ மியூசிக்காக இருக்கட்டும், அது வீக்கெண்ட்ஸ் ஒரு வீக் டேஸ் ட்ரை டு மேனேஜ். அண்ட் தென் ஸ்கூல் படிப்பு கண்டிப்பாக முக்கியம்தான். அதுக்கு ஏற்ற ஈக்குவலாக அந்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்கறது கூட. ஸோ
ஓகே, சூப்பர். ஸோ நேர்களே எல்லாருக்கிட்டையும் பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கோம். நம்ம ரொம்ப ஃபன்னாக ஒரு இன்டர்வியூ போயிட்டுருக்கு. We're going to come back after a short commercial break, so stay tuned.
na 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 na
Welcome back at the Short Commercial Break. நீங்க பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது ஸ்பெஷல் இன்டர்வியூ வித் மீ ஐஷு அண்ட் தீஸ் பியூட்டிஃபுல் பீப்புள். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த பக்கம் நம்ம கேட்கலாம். ஸோ உங்ககிட்ட வந்து என்ன கேட்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இந்த ஷோ ரொம்ப பெரிய ஷோ ஆப்வியஸ்லி. எந்த ஷோனாலும் இட்ஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஃபார் யூ கைஸ். ஸோ பிஃபோர் யூ கோ ஆன் ஸ்டேஜ், வாட் ஆர் சம் ஆஃப் தி திங்ஸ் தட் யூ கைஸ் டூ, லைக் சம் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ரிச்சுவல் தட் யூ கைஸ் டூ, இல்லைனா உங்களோட குரலை வந்து பாதுகாக்கிறதுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணுறீங்க, யூனோ கொஞ்சம் டிப்ஸ் நம்மளோட சிங்கர்ஸ்க்குலாம் சொல்கிறதுக்கு.
நான் கடவுளை கும்பிடுறேன். It's drink சுடு தண்ணி குடிச்சு ஐஸ்கிரீம்ஸ் குடிக்காம yeah
no ritual
no just high five good job அந்த மாதிரி அவ்வளவுதான்.
சாமி கிட்ட தெய்வமே என்ன காப்பாத்து எதுவும் கிடையாது,
அது அப்பப்ப இருந்துட்டு செய்யறது.
இவே சொன்ன மாதிரி கண்டிப்பாக லைக் சாமி கும்பிட்டு ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு போகிறது அப்படியே நல்லா செஞ்சு முடிச்சிடுவோம். அண்ட் நோ இட்ஸ் லைக் தி டிப்பிக்கல் லைக் தேனும் சுடு தண்ணி அண்ட் doing like vocal warm-ups before performing and making sure early morning la வந்து தான் கூட practice பண்றது or like warm-ups because அப்பதான் வந்து உங்க vocal cords வந்து sensitive,
right?
So the more you practice earlier in the morning, the more your voice will become more flexible. So அதுதான் அங்கிட்டு இங்கிட்டு செய்யறது.
Okay, super. And Sophie?
For me, before the show, I just listen to my songs, the songs that I'm gonna sing. But as far as my voice, my voice is kind of different. Like I could eat ice cream and my voice, like I could eat ice cream before the show, and my voice would be like fine. So.
Okay, super. So on this side, I wanted to ask you a question. So like I said before, you're among their age group, and obviously just like them, you're in grade 12 also. So you find it like really hard to do school and this, and I hear that you're involved in so many extracurricular activities as well. And obviously இவ்வளவு பெரிய ஷோ வந்து pull off பண்றது ரொம்ப ஈஸியான விஷயமே கிடையாது, ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம், right? So how do you juggle your time, and how do you manage to like I said, stay strictly business and contribute to the show?
So definitely Pala Vardama music is a part of who I am. So from stage shows to competitions, and also with my friends, I started our own band, which is called the Eighth Note.
Right.
So we have that as well. So music is definitely part of our everyday lives. And school mukyam dan, but music is such a big part of my life that it takes up time as well. But like practice like all evening and then stay up all night and do your homework, right? And then obviously, like you said, extracurriculars irukkudu, so it's hard to juggle, but music is so important to all of us that we definitely make the time for it.
Okay, super. And I want to ask you about the sponsors. Sponsors are a huge deal to this event. Ivlo beri event pull off pandrathu sonna madri is not a sagajamana vishayam. You need their support, and you have a lot of sponsors as well. So what would you like to say about your sponsors?
So முதல்ல sponsors a very big thanks. Our title sponsor is Ideal Group of Companies, and it's powered by Navala Corporation. Do you want to mention the rest?
So our platinum sponsor is Computech College and obviously TET.
Yeah.
Our gold sponsors are Tamilini FM. We have Sukshi Group of Companies. We have Mohan Subramaniam from Property Max. We have Ilangiran from Debt Free Credit Solutions. And we have Stan Muthalingam Uncle from Global Superstar. And then our silver sponsors are Raj Nadaraja, KC Dental, and Tamil Sandamari newspaper.
Amazing. So obviously, big thanks to all of them. They help support a huge, great event. And talking about the event, like I said, MC is key. Just like me, MCs are amazing. So obviously, I heard that there's another host with you, and he's like really popular too.
Yes, Banujit.
So can you tell us a little about him, working with him, and what you plan to put out for the show?
Okay, what we planned is still a secret, so we still have to work on
God.
that. Because
So
he
many
lives in
secrets.
Montreal and I live in Toronto, so like late time Skype calls and
Right.
FaceTimes, we still have to work on that. So we
Right.
gotta wait for the show. But I worked with Banujit before in December for the annual concert, and he's one of the best people to work with.
Right.
Very, very supportive. Very, very caring as well. He's like my older brother, and he's so nice.
Right.
And I love working with him. And they asked me who would I prefer as a male anchor, and I mentioned his name,
Right.
and he told me that he mentioned my name as well. So I was like, oh, great! So we were very happy to work with each other. So Banujit is my host again.
Okay, super. So before we go, I would just like one of you guys to tell us, about the show, what the audience can expect from the show, and where they can find tickets, where the event is. Just a brief note.
So ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி tickets வந்து online our website வாங்கலாம் www.isaiempire.com அங்க Facebook page Isai Empire include all the details about the tickets இருக்கு. There's a lot of Tamil stores that are selling our tickets physically as well.
Okay.
So on the information in Facebook வாங்கலாம். So you can buy it either electronically or in person.
Okay.
கட்டாயம் இந்த ஷோக்கு வாங்க எங்களை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க உங்களை தமிழ் பிள்ளைகளை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க singing, dancing, music. இதுக்கு மேலால we do have the fashion affair last time mentioned பண்ண மாதிரி. So there will be the best dressed male and the best dressed female will get a prize on stage and they will get recognized. It might be like one of us here.
Okay.
உங்களை வந்தா we'll do some under the table work and I'll make sure you win.
Yes, bless.
It's a good opportunity to mingle with people.
Okay.
We have selfie booth. There's going to be food, so it's going to be a very power-packed night.
Okay.
So we all, as a group, we're calling everyone in on April 29th, Markham Event Center, 5 p.m. to support TTAN 2016.
Okay, perfect. So thank you all of you for being here today. எல்லாருமே இங்க வந்தது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் and on behalf of TET and நம்ம எல்லாரோட தமிழ் மக்களுக்கும் சேர்ந்து I'm going to wish all of you guys all the best for your event. Hopefully it's going to be one of the blockbuster events of the year. Okay? So before we sign out today, I would actually love to hear you guys sing before we sign out. So go for it. Go for it.
Humma, 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 hey humma, 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 humma. அந்த அரபிக் கடலோரம் ஓர் அழகை கண்டேனே அந்த கன்னி பெண்ணில் ஆடை கொடுத்த கண்கள் கண்டேனே ஹம்மா 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 ஹே ஹம்மா 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 ஹே ஹம்மா.
Hey, okay, thank you so much guys and bye guys, have a good night.
Na 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 na.